everybody, Stream of Chaos, we're back. Everyone's head is now in the correct location and we may begin. We are playing Age of Vikings. We are in the second session of the scenario, the AlÞing. And before we begin anything, as we have just been chatting through, previous to this, we have learnt without surprise that a lot of my pronunciation has been mixed. There's been some absolutely spectacular successes, just really everyone went, wow. Pronunciation is incredible. There's also been some real mistakes. So we're going to try and correct those as we go. I will point those out. But let's jump right in. We're playing Age of Vikings. I'm joined by the same fantastic cast as always. We are, going to jump right in. So let's start off with getting our characters to introduce themselves. First of all, let's jump in with Art.
Hi, I'm Art. And I am attempting to pronounce the name of my own character. Oh my goodness, where did it go? Sigmundur Gunnarsson, which I have been informed by someone in the know that the nickname for my character should probably not be Sig. It should in fact be Mundi. So just retcon Sig in your brains going forward, and hithertofore I shall be known as Mundi.
Mundi. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I'm a bard. I would say ladies' man, man's man about the town, but I think I might just be a man's man about the town, if I'm being honest. Got a lot of like some real what's it, cheap jewelry, I think it was. A lot of cheap jewelry, a lot of cheap jokes, a lot of fancy words. Good with a turn of phrase.
Mundi is a character. I think we figured out that you have a particular interest yourself at some point during the AlÞing. You're hoping that you can help out.
Oh yes, I have
Marnie.
I have a good friend. I've forgotten my good friend's name.
Marnie is
Marnie,
her name.
Yes.
A fearsome woman who is now a widow and who needs needs to find someone who can handle her and her children.
Yes. I'm playing wingman / matchmaker, which I think which is how we discovered that Mundi may not in fact be all that interested in the ladies. Because Jim was like, are you? And I'm like, no,
I don't think so.
No, I'm definitely more of the like supportive best friend. We'll find you the right one. I'm just gonna have to approve.
I love it. Okay, we also have Jackson.
Hey, that's me. I'm Jackson. I'm playing. I don't know if I've had any pronunciation corrections, so I'll just go with what I had last time. Jarl Thorolfsson, aka Jarl the Beardless, who is big and here to help. He is strong. He just wants to collect weapons and use them against his enemies and hopefully make a living doing it. He's here to help with his enormous big frame, and people, I think, are into that. I think he's been sent on a little bit of he's trying to get sent on a quest to get a sword.
Yes.
He wants to get a quest so that his blacksmith mate can give him a sword. Which may cause more trouble than it's worth.
Exactly. Yes.
Sword is a bit tied up in a bit of legal questionality, but if I get a sword, that's great.
Your blacksmith does not want to give the sword they made to the family of the person who they were owed it to, who died. And if there's a hero who can claim it, then that's a valid reason to get rid of the sword, or at least it hoists all the legal troubles and shoves them onto you.
Not that y'all would understand that. He just likes swords.
Exactly. Perfect. We also have Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I am playing Thrymir Solason, who is a creepy little guy. Rune magician, low in the social stats, pretty good in the religion area though, so I wouldn't be messing with him. I see fae people. I see hidden people.
Yeah. They're nice enough, and more particularly, you can see them even when they're trying to not be seen a little. I can just see
them.
Yeah. You have the talent for that. And as for you, you sort of had the personal attachment that we rolled for you was that you had a mentee who was going to set off on a really dangerous voyage, and you kind of went good for them, and are
That
happy
sounds
for them
nice.
for it to go really well or really badly. You were there
Yeah.
if it goes well, and if it goes badly, you didn't know them.
If it goes badly, I was never here.
Yes, very
But I
sensible.
do have
What a
connections,
nice
and I can set him
friend.
up with I can set him up with people who can do things that he might need. It's just that if it goes poorly, I was never here.
Yeah, exactly. We are also joined by Dave again, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Who are you playing, Dave?
Hello, I am playing Berna Flossadottir, believe is the correct pronunciation. There's a handy little guide in my core book, which I was reading, so I think I'm right. And I am a bit more of a nomad, bit of a ranger, traveling around the area. And most recently, I've been stationed nearby in the woods where my poor social skills can't get me into any trouble. I also, having skimmed my sheet, have a 1-year-old daughter who I presume is with my husband safe.
Yeah, back. Traveling across to the AlThing's a big deal. It would have been a whole extra bit. So no, yeah, you've left the fam at home. Brilliant. So, yeah, let's jump right in from there. Also, just for any points of confusion, we are joined by Berna, but Berna will have to go off into the woods again shortly, which is a way to say that Dave's joining us for a session.
A limited time only.
2 sessions.
2 sessions. Sorry, yes, 2 sessions. But then we'll be gone again. So we will still be jumping back to Pendragon.
I'm hoping
after
something
that.
awful happens to me.
Yes, exactly. No one. No one's making any plans. So, jump right back into things, but we're going to start stuff off with Burner specifically. What I got everyone to do at the start was roll a d6 to see what kind of entanglements they had with all of the various people that were at the AlThing. And to set the scene again, this is a massive gathering of basically everybody in Iceland. It is in a large party. Basically, it's really it's full of all kinds of exciting events. It's also very important politically. It's where a lot of court cases get held, and there is this national assembly where everybody has the chance to hear cases, put forward cases, and the collection of you are doing some kind of jury work. You've always got ties to people, and we're going to figure out who you're tied to. So can you roll a d6 for me?
Yeah. All right. Rolling. I got a 5.
Got a 5? Okay, fantastic. With a 5, this is actually really great. I was very worried for a little bit that we were going to get double ups, and I would have to think of something. But we've managed to roll 4 consecutive separate numbers on a d6, which is something. Of
What
a
are the
marvel.
chances? Yeah.
Okay,
Jackson can
this is
probably tell us if
perfect.
we give him like 2
hold
minutes.
on. You 2 minutes. All right, fine.
I mean, I just assumed you'd have that ready to go, and I felt like our wonderful
That's it.
viewers probably would as well. So
Come back to me.
So
5, 6 of 4, 6 of 3, 6. Or whatever.
So it's funny, Berna. You're not at the party. You've been asked by your by Bjorg, who is the Gothi, I think, that we figured out was the slightly better pronunciation than Godi. But basically the chieftain, the representative, sort of elder of the part of Iceland where the collection of you are from. You've been asked to do some staking out, and that's because you don't have great social skills. There are some odd people who come to these events, and you have found kindred spirits in some of the odd people. You're a bit of a wilderness person. How good are you with a bow on your character sheet?
Oh, I'm exceptional with a bow.
Yeah.
I am 90 good with a bow.
Is this natural talent? Is this hardcore practice? Do you enjoy it, or is it just give me a little detail about that?
Yeah, no. I think combination of both. I think natural start and then trained with it up. My family came here. My father was quite wealthy, a wealthy chieftain in Norway, but we were booted out when the king decided our land looked pretty snappy. So I think when we came here, I was born in Iceland, but I think when we came here, my father was very defense forward, a little bit like not like like we're gonna look after our own now. So I think it was like bow in hand when I was pretty young, and then trained up with it, and definitely encouraged to pursue this. So I think I've learned it from a young age. And now that I have a family of my own, I think it now just goes in a different direction because now it's not just protecting myself or my father. Now it's also protecting my young daughter and my husband, and the people that I'm close to. So yeah, I think it's almost like to an obsession. Like I think I practice with it very, very, very regularly.
I love that. I think that makes total sense. And you got the full picture. Like you've got it's part of your job. It is a talent and it is something that you enjoy. Unfortunately, not everyone gets that. You've met a kindred spirit, a really nice old guy called Oscar who loves throwing axes. It is what he lives for. It just so happens that Njal ran into him the previous session. This guy is a terrible axe thrower, but all he wants to do is compete and have fun with it. And he's getting a bit long in the tooth, and you know personally that this might be his last Alþing. You really think it would make his life if he could win a throwing axe contest with his base skill in throwing axes. So that's
what?
that's kind of where you're sitting.
In. I just tuned back in.
Running numbers.
Dave wants Oscar
to win a throwing axe contest. That's he rolled. So the event that Dave is connected to is what Burn is connected to is Oscar's ambitions.
I've already put him behind. I already beat him yesterday.
So he's
once, so he's already demoralized, I bet.
I think before I departed then, because we knew this was coming, and I've
it's a big calendar event.
I think before I left, I really hyped him up for it. I was like, it's such a great thing to have something you're really good at, to put value into a skill, to let that define a portion of your worth, really train it up, and this will prove it to you. You'll know that you've accomplished something great as you go forward. And then I leave, and then by the time I come back, he's already cooked it and only gonna get worse.
There's a series of competitions, so he's still he just need what I'm saying. It's not like he has to win the grand tournament. You just want to get him on the scoreboard once. And like he's going to be competing against. It's they've got these tournament areas set up, and he's there constantly just trying, failing. If you can get him to one good win, that will satisfy
get him on the
conditions of your ambitions here.
Okay.
Okay. But in the meantime, let's talk about being out in woods. What you've been doing is one of the cases that is going to go before the National Assembly, and that the collection of you are all going to be the juries for, is a little more serious than the others. And this is the third three cases. You've got the first one, which was this secret murder involving a berserker, which we will jump back into in a second. You've got the second one, which is divorce, because it's always fun to play through divorce proceedings. And finally, you have this other, more serious crime, not secret murder, just the regular kind, where someone's pretty open about what they've done, but not, it's messy because that person has a lot of political pull. The murderer accused is Ari the Black, who basically has a roving warband that travels with him.
The open murderer?
The
secret murder.
It's still, you'll get the full details of the legal case, but basically, Ari the Black is being accused of murder. And he's not denying the charge that he killed someone, but he's denying the nature of the sort of the exact
that he should be
the nature of the
punished
event.
for it.
And he has previously been accused of stuff, and no one can basically get him to answer for it because he is constantly protected by all these other warriors. He's starting to become a real regional power. And this case, and whether people bring down the hammer now or not, will probably determine a lot of the future of that. And if there is any kind of ongoing conflict, it will state your position within all of this, everybody's position. So you've been asked to try and make some, observations of the area, to try and study it, and to try and get a sense of what kind of backup this guy might be bringing. So you've been in the woods, camped out for a couple of days. Do you have a skill that you want to suggest? Something in your mind that you think is particularly appropriate?
Okay, so actually, looking, searching and tracking, I'm not great at. I'm more in the knowledge category of skills is my strength.
Mm-hmm.
What I have is quite high survival. Could I kind of make a case that I've not gone for like, I'll sneak out and crawl under and look at what it is and see what I see. I've been out there for like a month. Like I've spent as much time as I can getting as comfortable I can and kind of just outlasting so
Yeah.
that just by chance I may have observed some things.
I really, really like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. You've basically tried to figure out, what their longer term setup has been. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Go ahead and make a survival roll for me. I don't think you're going to have any innate bonuses here. This is sort of representing the work that you've kind of been doing, the status quo as it will be.
Oh my God, I'm good. That is a 2.
Oh, okay.
That is
wow.
like a hella success.
All right, yeah, all right, fantastic. That is so the tiers for Age of Vikings. You've got your regular success, you've got your special success, which kicks in at a 5th value, and then you've got your critical success, which is a 20th of your skill. So I believe that if you have a survival skill of above 40, this is a critical.
I think that would be it then.
Brilliant.
All right, critical success.
Perfect. After studying the area,
I live here now.
Where are you right now? Well, after studying the area and getting a much better sense of the place, you managed to figure out a few things. First of all, Ari is staying inside the Alþing. He has like some retainers with him, and is present inside the encampment. But he absolutely also has hidden not too far away in sort of a little raised rocky outcropping where you can see down towards the main event grounds, but it's a bit of a hike to get out to. You'd have to sort of travel for half a day or so. A pretty hefty chunk of soldiers, putting his sort of total, including his retainers that are there with him, up to about a dozen armed men, which is a pretty significant threat in this day and age. They are
and
also...
they're hidden, they're obscured. This is something he's not declared or.
He's known to travel with a warband, but the Alþing is very much a sacred time and a sacred place where you don't want to be bringing any weapons and stuff like that. These people are all geared and ready for war, and they are like standing by to be called in. So it would be very inappropriate for them to sort of be like, for anyone to know about that. So yes, they are hidden, to answer your question.
Does it I don't know what the what's the duration of the Alþing? It runs for like.
It lasts for a couple of days,
Okay, so reasonably
there's some
short.
flexibility about it. There's some religious ceremony components that do have set times, but it can kick on for a bit depending on how much of a good time people have or when the weather turns sour.
I think then if it suits the narrative, I was assigned out here and expected to remain for the duration. I actually just possibly didn't want to be at it, or yada yada yada.
Yeah,
also,
you've got a kid at home.
Social skills. But I think it was like, if you see something, do return. So I think once I catch wind of this, I do make my way back. And I think that just innately has the bad news vibe of it. Like the fact that I've returned at all means something is wrong.
I like it.
And I make my way back pretty quickly once I've spotted them and confirmed numbers and confirmed under whom they are.
Brilliant.
Sworn.
With the critical success, you're also going to get 2 extra details, right?
Oh boy.
And they are as follows. First of all, you managed to isolate the route that Ari is taking, because he is going back to that encampment fairly frequently. Okay. So you know the road that's being traveled along. Second, kind of before the Alþing starts, you find that they are searching the area quite a bit. They seem to be looking for someone or something. It's a critical, so you will be able to piece together the information with the others to find that they were probably looking for one of the hidden people who they have found. Because Thimur also rolled was it a critical or was it just a special?
Just a special. It was like one off a critical.
Close enough that you found that they do seem to have some kind of interest in that area.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So with that, you come back to let the others know, and you find yourself emerging after asking a couple of people around where your companions, the representatives from your area of Iceland, are emerging into a crowd of people who are very, very, very obsessed with a bunch of chaos that has just recently been happening. Back in the scope of things for the main trial.
And I come back to let you know that if you've got 4d6 and you want unique values, your first roll you've got 6 possible options. Your second roll you've only got 5 options left for a unique value. Your third roll you've only got 4 options left for a unique value. Your fourth roll you've only got 3 options left for a unique value. So the possibilities is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3, which is 360. Out of the possible kind of totals rolls you get is 6 to the power of 4,
Now, if
which is
if,
1296.
if anyone,
Did you get it? What was the
The
percent?
possibility is 27.7%.
Okay.
27.8%.
Pretty reasonable.
28% chance of rolling 4 unique numbers on 4d6s.
I mean, given that, the basic percentage success for most average human beings for their climb and jump and throw in Call of Cthulhu is 20%. That's above average.
There you go.
Let me throw one out. If anyone wants to bash their head against something, I was trying to find out if you assume that when you did roll one of the unique numbers, the chance of rolling a unique number reset for any n of unique numbers, what is your average generated number of duplicates? And I can't figure out how to do it without Markov chain nonsense. Let's move on.
Is this the event one?
Yes, this is the variation
I
of the
recognize
event
that.
yeah. Anyway, so moving back, the crowd of people have are sort of bustling around. Things have gotten a bit heated. Bestine, the berserker accused of secret murder, has been rumbled, has been grabbed by Njal, and is now throwing out accusations, asking for duels. Mundi managed to cool down Vigfus, Bestine's brother, who is probably wavering a little bit, and it's all kind of up in the air as people are pulled off to every direction to try and sort of like figure out what's going to happen next. Bestine needs his duel to be officially answered and is waiting for Stuffy, the accuser, the person leading the case against him, to make a formal response.
Gufti?
Yes, thank you. There's basically this like moment of hustle and bustle where the collection of you can catch up. Now you can see your blacksmith friend like really eyeing you from the side. We'll say that the conversation that you had, kind of like this, you have this idea that if you can find a reason that you would need the sword, you can execute it. So we'll
then,
yeah, give that a something that your character knows. But you have a beat before things kick off. What is everyone trying to do angle-wise here? What are you trying to set in motion?
I think if Vestin is going to challenge Squifty to a duel, this is like one of those cases where they can like nominate someone.
Yeah, so you could go straight over to Squifty and start saying, pick me. I'm ready to.
I'm up for it. I'm a big guy. I want to see how combat works in this game. I'm ready for some glory. I would do that. I would like position myself so that Squifty would pick me.
Okay, all fantastic. So you head straight over. Squifty at this time is sort of looking through his crew of basically bureaucrats effectively that he took with him to this meeting, and they're muttering amongst themselves. As you stroll in, you've already put yourself forward as somebody who is going to be trying to help out, and with the work getting the crowd onto your side that Mundi has already done, there's no question. If you're happy to volunteer, they'll be very pleased to accept your. Yep. Mundi and Timur, what are the two of you doing?
I think there was a gentle hint somewhere in the recesses of my brain, either from last week or just then. Truly, time is a weird soup. About potentially getting Vigfur to maybe not be as keen to support his brother's challenge, like maybe have him step away from the claim. So I think I'm definitely going to, I would like to go up to Vigfur and maybe just have a quiet word in his ear going, hey, so I had a quiet word with Squifty about making sure that your shit didn't get wiped. So 1, you're welcome. And 2, maybe quit while you're ahead before you and or your brother just become ahead.
You can see that he is at the same the all of the chaos happening around him has taken every eye off him, and he's at the same time so relieved to be not the center of attention anymore, and also like very aware that he's completely losing like any control he had over the situation, and because he staked his wealth against his brother's claim, you know, as was said, could all be very bad for him. As you mentioned this, he looks up towards you and kind of, what can I do here? I have no power here.
Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, but he can.
He has a lot of things he could do here. This is very much. There is so much he could do.
It's just like.
Do I need to like make a roll or anything to know what he can do, or are we kind of like aware enough of the?
Well, you know that if he withdraws his statement, even if he just basically says this is ridiculous, no duels, I'm not being part of this, that's going to have a whole amount of weight. If you want to try and find like a special legal route, we established that you have both law. ORE and AW. So you could try and angle something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So this would be a more slightly cleverer route towards it. But yes, please make a law check.
Which one?
AW. This would be.
Very good.
Lao.
Yeah, the Lao as opposed to the Lore.
Stop in the name of the Lao.
Aw, boo. So close though.
Yeah, so he has a lot of input that he can push forward in terms of just like basically shaking his brother or maintaining that everyone is against him. You know, there is going to be a little bit here where if, for example, Niall got into a duel with this guy and killed him, somebody who still wants to try and maintain a claim against Niall could like follow that up. If you get Vigfur to pull away from all of this, it really just inoculates you from any kind of vengeance. One of the things that was mentioned is you really don't want to try and make a lot of enemies here. It's more important to make friends than not make enemies, which is what your Gothi Bjorg told you. Gothi Bjorg told you. But yeah, this would inoculate you from getting, you know, more rivals or blood vendettas sworn against you.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, let's lean on the, hey man, if you just say stop, I'm out, we G, or you know, whatever is more appropriate way of saying that in some kind of Icelandic.
No,
but...
exactly right.
You put your hand on his shoulder, you find a chair and you put it around so you can sit backwards over it.
Hey there, kids.
You do get the feeling that Bigfoot has basically just been bullied into this to a certain extent. He's the younger brother. He doesn't seem particularly talented at either the fighting stuff, or arguing stuff, or you know, you're sure he's got some talents, but they're not immediately visible.
You put your faith in Gothi Bjorn and his people, and we will put we will put our faith in you.
Okay.
Friends, we make friends. It's good.
I just tell Scufti then. I'll just say I'll withdraw my support if it's a duel. I'll accept his judgment.
Yeah, if you tell, I mean, probably at this point best to, you know, tell Scufti and then maybe, you know, stand around briefly while he tells everyone else, so you can say yes, I did agree to that. Because if you just leave, then it looks like people may be lying, and that's not great. So yes, tell Scufti, and then when you are at an accord, we'll tell everyone else that, you know, we did a good job and things are solved.
Will you come with me?
Of course.
All right. He turns and starts to head towards the crowd of people towards the side. Njal, you are now standing alongside next to Scufti, who has Vestine up in his face, kind of yelling, has seen you. Are you trying to give off any intimidating aura, or are you just sort of quietly confident about this?
Yeah, I was behind him in the crowd, and I tried to yell and point out that he was there, and so I've kind of self-appointed me like a bailiff, because someone's just like, the accused was in the gallery and just kind of come out, which is, you know, a bit threatening, and so I've just kind of stuck to him, and you know, I'm looking at Scufti like, idea. This guy is making a real nuisance of himself here. I'm sorry I have to put up with this. You know,
yeah, and
just give me the word, and I'll take him on for you.
he says the word. At this point, I'm thinking he's like I I accept your challenge. This is the guy I am nominating. So he's
Fantastic.
So Vestine's now sort of like. No, not exactly calling him a coward for nominating somebody because he's allowed to do that thing, but he will be giving you a once over and trying to evaluate how dangerous you are. This guy is a warrior, a fairly accomplished warrior. He's not brilliant necessarily. You're not going up against some grand martial expert.
We're in the same kind of tier list?
Yeah,
tier
but
level?
yes, you are in the same
Valid?
tier list, but that does mean it's a fairly straight contest, if you know what I mean.
Right?
Yeah.
No, that's my favorite kind.
What I want to get across more clearly, though, is you're not trying to diffuse here. You're not trying to look really scary, so you can make it seem like maybe he should reconsider. You want this fight to happen so you can get a sword.
Yeah, 100%. No, I don't think I'm the kind of. I think that's all Nyala is thinking about. I don't think I'm terribly charismatic. Oh, I got charisma 7. I'm just thinking about that sword. I'm just thinking about, to get to a sword. I'm going to figure out, where I'm going to hang it when I get home on the wall. I'm going to think about maybe getting a
I've seen it so many times.
It happens.
Sword brain.
Sword in the brain.
Grim.
People always think about
Get
swords.
this man a bow.
Yeah. No, so not much for mind games. I'm just like kind of stoic, ready, solid. He can be intimidated by that if he likes, but I'm just here to do a job and get a sword.
I think for now he will elect not to. So the point is though that you're standing right next to Skufti as Mundi and Vigfur arrive. Vigfur starts studying out words. Timur, you have sort of established yourself as someone who is literally patrolling around the edge, watching a bit more. Right at the end of last session, you did spot that. You did see Ari moving away from the hidden person in the crowd. Because of the sort of nature of you two being a bit more observant, I'm going to say that you clock Berna, which has implications that you have pre-decided on, and Berna, you clock Timur wandering around. You can see this tense conversation happening over to one side. What are the two of you doing in the interim?
Well, I trust him.
Yeah, they'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
I trust him. There are other cases today. I trust him to sort this one that's ongoing, and we can sort of begin to make sure that we're ready for the next cases that come up. There are other cases happening today.
You could actually go and try and figure out more about the other cases if you wanted to. That is definitely, and that's basic. Berna had been set from the get-go onto this third case, the one involving Ari the Black. So if you wanted to literally dip at this point, you could. And this would be, to think of it as like going and making a library use roll about some of the upcoming stuff. This is all preparatory work.
That would be my suggestion as well. I think particularly if Dimmer's a bit on the edge of all the crowds and everything, I would head straight over to him. And I am treating this as, okay, cases are one thing. This dude actually has an army. This isn't just like a legal fun thing. He's coming to kill us, possibly. I hope everything is going well. Things are very bad. You need to come with me. I need help now.
Yeah, I think dude who is known to be untrustworthy with army, also having a fairly heated conversation with one of the hidden folk, I am inclined to shift focus towards that.
You saw him speaking with someone. I saw them looking for something. Is he here still? Is he around?
He is. He's here. He is moving away right now, and that I'm going to be doing
He's been going back and forth. There's a path into the woods. There's like dozens of soldiers. You need to come with me. Let's go and see what he's doing. Come.
Okay. All right.
Let's stalk this dude.
Yeah, we're gonna stalk the hell out of this guy.
He is disappearing into all of the the humdrum and busyness of the main part of the AlÞing, where everyone who is not actively involved in the national sort of council proceedings are still going about doing everything from partying to nursing hangovers to you walk past the range where you can see Oscar holding up an axe, throwing it, lands at his feet. To follow this guy, this feels just like a move quietly roll. I think is probably the most logical. Sneaking about like that. You could try and do this from some kind of social angle if you have a different
Oh,
thing, a
that sounds
disguise or
worse.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounds worse.
No,
Let's move quietly.
Now,
James,
the
we've been
other part of
playing-
this is that I should mention you are not like following this guy around the AlThing is not illegal. It's just a hostile move.
I think we are the sketchiest looking. If I'm
We
reading
are
out,
absolutely
yes.
Hunter
sketchy.
We look
and,
sketchy.
you know,
I'm
weird
like
mystic.
hidden. I've got twigs and shit in my hair, and I'm like so paranoid about this guy now.
And I'm just a weird little guy.
Oh,
Gonna look
so
over
Well,
it's
we
like
definitely-
a very tall, skinny, lanky, weird guy.
We could just be
Covered in
standing in the
burn
crowd.
scars. I
We
look
would not
bad,
get
man.
noticed. Instead, we immediately hit the ground and start creeping after him.
I
So
love
now if he
it.
sees us, it's definitely suspicious.
Heads peeking out from behind tents. You know, yeah, this is great.
James, is there a inspiration I can take? If this man attacks, how will I get home to my family that I love 70% much?
Well, no, that is absolutely something that you can do. Yes. So if you would, so it works much the same way as in Pendragon. If you want to try and use one of your passions to. So they're not got that. Passion is the wrong term here. No, passion's correct.
No,
If
they
you want
are
to use one of your
passions,
passions, you can basically invoke them and will add a bonus to your ability. The other thing you can do is you have devotions. These are devotions to specific gods, and
Yes.
what you do is when you are taking an action that is in keeping with the behavior of one of your gods, you can sort of spend devotion points to gain bonuses to what you're doing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I have an appropriate god, I believe. I'm devoted to Heimdallr, and the tags are duty, protection, and vigilance, of
That
which I
sounds-
think,
yeah.
damn, 3 for 3. I have 1 point associated with it. May I spend it?
Yes, absolutely. So that is perfect, and I believe that is going to give you a plus 15 or 25. Let me just double check.
Whatever it is, I could use it.
Yeah. No, this is exactly what you want to do. While I look up the exact mechanic, Timur, are you going to just make a move quietly check? What's your stealth like? Are you able to
My
be
stealth is pretty
sneaky?
good. I'm 50, so
Okay, so
my move quietly is up at 50. So
you might actually not need to do any of that then. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's a plus 20% is the value we're looking at here.
Jackpot.
So you can add plus 20, and then Timur, you're just going to make a straight roll.
And so when I'm I'm looking in the book for lore. When I'm rolling this, is this it's like a prayer? Like this is I'm cashing in a favor with the god? Like this is clearly someone that I'm attached to.
The way that I like to think about it is because the way that you get some of these points back and you can restore them and everything like that is going and being part of religious ceremonies and sort of engaging and immersing yourself in the active worship. So I like to think of this as more, you have it in the back of your mind. And, you know, the last time you really got into the worship of your god clicks back into your head. It's been something that you've been carrying with you for a while, and you're able to leverage that. But, you know, if you want to, if it manifests in your head as you sort of like pause and pray, there's a little bit of flexibility, somewhat like Pendragon, about the amount of mysticism that is in all of this. So, yeah.
I think this is a god of watching and waiting is my impression, which is what I've been doing for some time. So I think it's like just a muttering to myself of like, we were right, like myself and the god, and you know, like drawing on that connection and then applying it to my abysmal move quietly score, in the hope that I don't immediately dick this.
If I'm not wrong, this god, this is the Rainbow Bridge god who we remembered from the Marvel movies.
My knowledge of
so,
Yeah, there's a lot of like
I pray to
names.
Idris Elba, bring me strength.
You drop to the ground, you begin to creep. You would be an excellent Bond.
Here we go, move quietly. Oh my god, it's so bad. All right, oh shit, I just straight rolled it. Okay, so I have 20 in it. With the plus 20, that brings me to 40, eking out a success.
I thought I saw the 2 again for a moment from you, and I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. No, but still.
And Themor does super
I'm
super well.
special.
He's my special boy.
What
I'm a special boy.
what is the, because everything you do seems to be kind of like creepy, odd. What's is your stealth thing? Is it like, I'm picturing like Pink Panther for
Oh.
Burner, and then like
Yeah,
every time
I'm just
like, a
walking
piece of-
normally.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
You're
walking
completely silent.
normally through the crowd, but I just don't really make any sounds, and I just seem to be able to step from the shadow of a large person to the shadow of a building to the shadow of a car to the shadow. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I'm just never quite seen.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely perfect.
Just a deeply forgettable long boy.
Yeah. So this so Ari heads straight through, ignoring all of the various distractions and paying no attention to people offering food or mead or revelry or any kind of stuff like that. One of his two retainers seems to be very single-minded like him. The other one does sort of a bit go past a food stall and man, it's so nice here. Does seem a little more interested in what's happening. But the two of them continue through until at last you see them heading towards a section of the Alþing against a river portion, which is devoted for shipwrights. Now, if everyone sailed boats up to here, the parking would be full in a minute. So it's not practical for people to be kind of coming up river with all of this stuff. But they get close. The coast actually isn't far from here, and people can take smaller crafts up river and stuff like that. And so there are a lot of shipwrights and people all bustled around here. You notice, Timur, that Ari makes a direct beeline for somebody that you know. It is Hjortur. This is your mentee. Seems to seek him out, and Hjortur is sort of in the midst of some frantic, frenetic activity, and basically gets into this very engrossed conversation with Ari. You're all pretty well hidden here. You haven't been spotted yet, but you might not be able to get close enough to listen. That will, I think, be determined by a listen check. Given that you have got a special success previously, Timur, you can make a I think take a plus 15 to this.
Sure.
As we're listening, I think I talk kind of nonstop. I think I build up my conversation while I'm in the woods.
Yeah, get it all out.
And so I'm saying they must be waiting for something. Like if there's the army there, there's going to be a trigger. Now I know there's the third, was it the trial or the
That's right.
like the discussion? It must be if it goes against his favor would be my guess. They will
No.
attack. So as long as it and I'm trying to ask what's the vibe? Which way is it going so far? I'm just rattling off.
And you were talking so much that I can't hear what they're saying over the
And you really wish I was back in those woods.
Like, damn.
I will try my own listen.
Yep.
Damn.
Perception. Yep, there we go. Okay. Oh my god. I'm so good at stuff. Yeah, there's a success. I have 25% in that skill.
Okay.
That is a success.
Again, you can't get super close, and every time you hear one bit of information, you have to turn your head and rattle it entirely off, which cuts about the next sentence or two of like valuable info you might have gotten. What you're able to hear is that Ari is asking Timur to be ready to head, like he needs to make preparations. Where are you with his preparations? Get ready to go down river to be able to connect to his actual vessel and then go and collect something.
Is that the way that we know the army is stationed, or is this in a different direction? Because they were up in like the woods, right?
Yeah, they're also close enough to be in play, if you know what I mean. Like you wouldn't go and pick them up to bring them any.
Yeah. They just need to march over and get to slashing.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay.
So this conversation will continue for a little bit, and we'll park the two of you there for a second and jump.
Can I just quickly before? Can I ask Timur, just because I don't know what is it that your mentee's been? You said they've got like a quest or something that they're going to do. What is it that you've been told so far? Because it seems related, right?
So your mentee is organizing a raid, an actual honest to God overseas raid.
Yeah, he's getting on a boat and he's going overseas. It's very, very risky. High risk, high reward scenario of taking a bunch of warriors on a raid.
And he's recruiting
Gotcha.
currently for like tough people
Yeah.
and sailors who can go and do it. To put in scope how competent he is, where are you raiding? Is still a little
It's
up in the air.
yeah,
Islands,
we don't know where.
Norway.
It's...
Look, there's options. Is the
Okay.
point? Yeah,
So this is unrelated though. This quest is not the raid. He's like, go and do another thing.
He's recruiting troops, and Ari has
yeah.
troops. If you wanted to escape the law, going on a raid is probably a pretty great way
Yeah,
to
if you want
do
to do
it.
a bit
When
of
you come
killing
back,
and then-
you'll be extremely wealthy and have
It's also
a band
like
of
an
soldiers.
alibi as well. Where were you when all these people were starting
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
raiding?
I was
Look at all
there,
this
I was on
stuff
the
I've
scene.
got.
Yeah.
Clearly, I was raiding.
Yeah,
The English are furious.
So you know,
okay.
it's not so much that these are interlinked in the nature of the quest as so much as like a person planning a raid would be a great person for Ari to know right now.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Jumping back across, so Njal as new champion standing alongside Skufti, Mundi, you take Vigfur over, who arrives, and Bestine is like standing there, sees his brother arrive, and doesn't really even give him a second look, just kind of turns back and keeps leering in, throwing barbs your way, Njal. You can see Vigfur kind of like shuffle a little bit. He's still going to talk, but you can see how horribly uncomfortable. Is there anything you have in mind that might bolster him, or give you just a sharp elbow, or?
I'm trying to like. This is a big sheet full of skills.
No, it's totally fine. Otherwise, if you just have an idea about what might work, I can give you a suggestion of how you could swing that.
I think like I'm charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bard. I'm good with words. And we've established that I am a wingmanning for at least one person. Really, what is the difference? Like, what is the difference wingmanning someone to get a partner and wingmanning someone to stand up to their older brother? Realistically, it's all the same level of like, hey, you got this. I believe in you. I've got your back. Go forth, succeed. Like, just real bigging this man up.
Yeah.
Like going like, you don't need to live in the shadow of your brother. You're your own man. You can do so. Just like that.
I would just love to know for my own mental picture of it all. Is it like you lean over and whisper in his ear, or is it a like thump on the back, or what is you
it's got the energy of like the training the coach in a boxing match. It's like, come on man, you got this. You like amping you up like that. Very much that.
He does seem, he gets close, and with a little bit of reinforcement, I think I'll ask you to make probably a. I think charm is fine here. Really, this is you just sort of.
Okay, I have no idea if it's relevant, but I was like, would customs Norse count?
That's
to
fine.
understand the customs of a situation.
I'm fine with
I
that
don't
too,
know.
honestly.
I don't know when you would. I'm happy with either.
Go dealer's choice.
I've often seen that like intimidate is also like a skill that you use to intimidate your allies into courage.
That's fun.
I like that. I think that at this point, because this is so much that if you're just bullying this guy into taking your side instead of his brother's side, who's bullied all his life, it's not going to work. You have to break him out. He has to want it. It's sort of my angle for this.
I feel like. Yeah, I feel like I have no idea what customs Norse is used for, so I'll stick with charm because that feels like personal.
Like sort of like tradition, like manners, like what would be appropriate when and where. It is less of a persuasive skill, so yes. I think
let's go charm. It is a little lower, but whatever.
Go for it.
Do I want to be like gods? Nah, it's fine. Do I have a passion-y thing? Can you? I know that I used one last time.
There's a new scene. You can continue to use stuff. I will say though, this is probably like.
Nah, I don't really.
This is not
the only
the
one
most
that I'd have
consequential of like the duel is likely to continue. It's just going to set probably some advantages for Njal if things are pulled back. Yeah.
15.
Hey, Vigfor's been waiting for this his entire life. All he needed was a little support. He comes up, and his brother sort of
Is it
moves aside for
what's
Vigfor
the like
to assume.
extraordinary versus not?
Is
it
it
a
under a
10th?
fifth? So it's not under a fifth. I think that's going to be just a regular.
Oh, it's a 5th and a 20th.
Fifth
Is that
and
right?
20th. That's right. There's not.
Got it. No, it's not under. Absolutely not. A 5th would be 10. So.
So Vestine steps aside for Vigfor to assume like a sniveling position by his side, but instead Vigfor ducks right through, gets up to Scufti and starts talking quickly. Vestine kind of grunts at him and starts, but he completely ignores him.
Can I just like gently like kind of be next to Vigfor? I am not a like a warrior, but I am, according to my character sheet, fat. And I like the idea that I've just gently put my bulk between a scrawny man and an angry man. And I'm like, I'm not a warrior and I'm not in this duel. If you, like, I would like to not be hit, please. But I got some heft, so I'm just going to put it.
And this is one of those moments where it really is like a lot of people, there's a whole crowd here, and everyone's keeping their distance because you don't want to get sucked into this kind of thing. There is a legal proceeding at place, but stuff can spiral out pretty quickly. And although Vestine's weapons are... He's traveling, so he has them in his pack, and they're visible. They are stored in a way that is clear that he's not, like, he can't draw it suddenly or something like that. But, you know, he's big, and he could punch people, and, you know, there are weapons around.
I mean, if he punched me, he'd be punching one of the judges. So I'm just going to kind of like...
But you've involved yourself in a much bigger way, and other people seem to be responsive to that. And as the crowd sort of swells a little bit, Vigfor turns back, and as his brother starts to sort of, you know, spread him to get behind, we need to prepare, he says, I'm withdrawing my support of your claim.
Hey!
And, there's a few moments of hesitation. Vestine kind of spits a few really quick words. You don't quite get the detail of it because it's that sort of immediate communication that only very close family can do at some point. I mean, you understand the words, but they're loaded with so much more meaning. But bolstered by you, Vigfor shakes his head and says, This is unreasonable. A decision has been made by the assembly, and it should be held to." And suddenly, Vestine is alone with all these other people. He's a very reasonable man. So, Njal, since you're probably the one who's going to have to fight him, can I get you to make a D100 roll? And we're just going to say this is Vestine keeping his cool.
I have selected the dice. Sorry, I've only rolled my character sheet. Oh, and then click roll. Just that easy. 14.
Okay, so
14.
It would be extremely bad for him at this stage if he just sort of swung out and punched. You see him like clench a fist, and the one question I have, I guess, for both of you: would either of you have stepped in to take the blow if it had come?
I think at this point based on
mentioned you would, yeah.
It's not that like I am between Vigfor. I was between Vigfor and Vestine when Vigfor was talking to Scufti. So I guess like I would be the closest thing to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you are around to sort of, you would have stepped in. It's more that Vigfor sees that is the biggest thing. You're not going to get hit.
He said come with me, and I'm like, let me be clear. I've been punched before. I'm not a fighting man, but look at me.
I didn't like
Someone has punched me in the face for some offense, and I think Mundi has learnt that occasionally people will just lash out, and it is not fun and it hurts, but generally it makes them look worse than him. Because he's just a bard. He tells stories. People like listening to to him. So when you punch the entertainment, people get annoyed.
And you know, performing successfully just the other night, people surge. He doesn't strike, but there is a definite like an aura, and everyone, including Vigfor, knows that you sort of stepped up. And instead, Vestine kind of spins towards you, Njal, because it's at this point it's resolution. He says, "All right then, island, get a boat ready. We'll make preparations." And he turns and he storms off. A quick reminder, because again, duels, part of the Icelandic sort of legal structure here. What's going to happen is you'll get onto a ship. You'll go off the coast to one of the small rocky islands, and this is a trip that it's going to take a bit of time to set up. So you might be absent from the next trial, or you could massage things so you go during the night or something like that. And basically, you'll go onto one of these small things. They're going to lay down a very large cloak, and the two of you are going to stand on the cloak with weapons. If you step off the cloak, you lose. When the first person whose blood hits the ground has the right to yield, and if they don't, it's a fight to the death. And
Sick.
the winner
Wow.
goes, is vindicated in all ways, and the loser, and this is a big deal because it's the Sufti's point here. If you yield, all of Sufti's possessions go to Vestine.
All of them.
Yes, it's
Must be
That's a great way to
Oh.
get stuff. Can we do
All right.
duels?
You can
Well,
do duels.
no, we
Absolutely.
We want their
We've
stuff?
been asked by our Gothi
to.
not to. Like,
Okay.
well, he hasn't
He
said don't
specifically-
duel. He just said don't get any blood oaths.
Yeah, so
sworn
the- so
against
the-
you
so
if
the-
that's
the-
like you're trying to make friends. You're not trying to.
Take this stuff.
Basically, there are all these steps up of like legal consequence, and we went through them. It's one of the things that is very important to the setting. Iceland is really the land without kings or queens at this point. It's quite lawless and at the same lawful, but you've got all of these people who are quite democratically working through stuff. The trump card at the end of it all is I blood oath you, which gives you the right to do all kinds of murdery things, not just to the target. You can't target children under 15, but on their 15th birthday, they become a valid target.
Yeah.
And you can't burn down houses either. That's, I think, the one thing. Those are like the two rules, but you can basically do anything, and if someone says that wasn't a valid blood oath, they have to take you to court about it. At which point you can so the
They're
cycle
dead.
kind of continues.
Good
There's
luck. Yeah.
It's why we like if we want to make friends. If a decision we make kicks off a blood oath, we probably won't be friends with the people
Yeah.
involved. Because we done fucked up, and then they had to blood oath someone to get their
which
stuff.
is why keeping Vigford on side is so important, because it stops the proliferation of these rivalries out into these larger kind of factional disputes.
Yeah.
So just to confirm though, Jim, Vigfor saying I withdraw. Does that still mean that Skufti's possessions are on the line? Like, is
I
that
just checked the thing. It's a little bit different. If either duelist spills blood in the cloak, then they're permitted to withdraw, but that costs them 100 Vathmol.
Oh. So
Both
where
duelists
have I
choose to
gotten
fight
confused
to
then?
the-
Because there
if
is a
both
condition
duelists
about
choose
there
to fight
about
to
all
the
of your
death.
possessions being void.
If both duelists agree to fight to the death, then all the property belongs to the loser goes to the winner.
right? Because you're dead
Oh.
at that point.
Sorry,
that
yeah,
makes
sorry.
sense.
So if blood is spilt and you don't go like, I think the idea is that if you don't yield upon the blood droplets falling, this becomes a fight to the death, and that triggers
I guess so, yeah.
the additional steps. If we're going, these are stack resolution rules or something.
Oh, the stack.
Yeah. So yeah, basically you do have the option to kind of back out here, which if you back out on the initial spilling of blood,
It costs you
Swifty
100
probably,
Vathmol.
yeah, probably would be fine with that.
Worst case scenario, we do a little like, hey, we lost you some money. We'll talk to our Gothi. We'll see if we can like recompense you for that. But also, we were kind of trying to stop you losing everything. So
You'd be.
But also, I think if we go to the death, then the guy, old mate, my notes. if we do go to the death, then Vestin's probably going to get all my stuff, not all Scoofty's stuff, because I was the one who died.
No, it'll be Scoofy because you're
think-
his champion.
I think that it gets quite weird around that. I think that genuinely that he gets a claim against it. Like you're standing in to do representation. I'll have to. You know what? Icelandic law, even 1,000 years ago, it's still somewhat complicated. We'll sort the details out. The point is, try to win.
None
Great.
of this will matter if you win.
Yeah.
But
wins, so we
what
don't
do
have
we
to
get if
figure it out.
Njal wins? Like at this point, the suit is done, is it not?
Then Scoofty's like, a big fan of us. And
That's
Scoofty's
true.
powerful.
That's true. We get a friend. We get a friend.
And standing
that was
in,
our
there's
whole
probably going to be
idea.
some traditional recompense for like stepping up. The proceeding that Vigfor has accepted did involve some large section of their sort of family wealth. And you managed to put it down to something reasonable, like sustainable, but a large section of their wealth being transferred to Scoofty, there would certainly be some kind of level of distribution. You would end up winning out of this, and not being dead is also a bonus.
We like not being dead.
So, Vestine storms off. He goes to sort of just like storm away to probably where he had like a tent set up for Vigfor, where he would they were staying together, and then turns around, heads in the opposite direction, down towards the shipwrights actually, because he's going to have to work out some of the logistics of getting out to one of these smaller islands. Meanwhile, the two of you are sort of relieved for a moment. You can do any last minute preparations if you would like. Otherwise, I'll sort of draw the collection of you together. You've got a little bit of a break before this next trial starts, right? And again, you're part of the assembly, which means that you are not the exclusive decision makers in all of these trials. If you all decide to run off to the duel, that's pretty valid. It's just going to miss you out on some of the opportunities potentially that is going to represent. You don't know how tied the two people in this divorce proceeding are to things like Ari and stuff like that. So, anything you want to do before linking up with the others?
Yeah, there is one thing that I want to do quietly to the side where nobody can see me.
Yep.
Very
The two
much
of you, I'm
hidden.
imagining that you stay watching just quickly. After a while, Ari will head off again.
Yeah.
And he appears to be at this point heading back along the road towards his companions in the rocks.
Yeah, I don't want to take any chances seeing that all of these cases do seem to be blowing up in one way or another. So I would like to pre-carve and prepare a rune for my trust relationship generosity spell.
Yeah.
It's a 30% add to charm.
Cool.
And I'm just
Okay.
gonna get that little guy ready, carve him up, coat it in blood, and then I'll be able to just
So rune
sing it
magic.
and cast it. Sing the
one of
Golder and
the-
cast it as needed.
Excellent. So yeah, these are sort of longer term preparations with the rune magic, and it's very wizardly. It takes a lot of preparation. It takes understanding of the actual symbology, and yeah, what. You don't strike me as having the person with the cleanest tools, for example. Do you open your bag and there's actually like a perfect rune crafting sort of set of equipment?
Are we
What's
talking
your
about pockets? Big coat, lots of pockets.
Yeah. What
got a pocket
does
for
this
the runes,
process
you got a
look
pocket-
like from
got a
your
pocket-
perspective? Have you got pebbles, or have you actually meticulously prepared things?
Oh, I've got bits of bone.
Very good.
Unclear what kinds, and I won't be elaborating. But little bits of bone.
Bundy has an idea
Maybe
and will not
charred.
ever say anything.
Maybe not. And a couple of very sharp knives.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so you start preparing some of this material. As you're going, you would spot Bernard. This is the rune speakers are seen with equal part awe and fear. So it's a big deal. It's but not super untoward or anything like that.
I think I'm just grateful that, as far as I'm aware, Thema is on my side.
Yeah, I can also imagine, given your nattering, you probably can't tactfully not start pointing stuff out about it and mentioning it. I wonder where those bones are from.
Neat.
Yeah.
Those look a bit like
Yeah, they do a little, don't they?
So, gathered together around one of the central areas inside the assembly part of the AlÞing. Ari has stepped away. You know that, in fact, you can see because you're relatively near the shipwrights. Vestine goes down, and Skufti comes as well. There's some discussions that are going out, being set up. There is some level of flexibility where both parties can decide on the exact time. The next trial will start before the end of the day. This third one with Ari looks like it's going to take place tomorrow. What's everyone's goals here? You also note that your contact Thiamur is now free if you would like to follow up.
I mean, yeah, I want to know when they're planning on leaving.
Okay.
It looks like he's acquired some warriors for this very dangerous mission. This very dangerous raid that he plans to go on. I'm gonna, engage in conversation of how that one's panning out and what the plans are. Do you know where you're going yet? Do you know when you might be leaving?
You can duck over and speak to him. What are the other three of you doing?
Sorry, when's the duel happening? Is that scheduled right now?
There's a tiny bit of flexibility, but they're working that out now. So everyone's gone down to the boats. You're working out when you'll get. So Skufti's organizing who's going to take you all. There'll be some arbiters who are there.
Yeah.
They take it away from the AlTing because you don't want bystanders involved, basically.
Well, I read that the main reason you do it on an island is so that
cowards can't run.
Yeah.
That's
So I've got to
sick.
catch up with. No, I made you spell this out for me, but I can't remember. I should have written down the pronunciation.
The blacksmith.
Gautrawer.
Gautra.
No, I've got the spelling. I don't
How do you say it?
Guatror, I would presume. I have no idea. I'm sorry to anyone who actually. Yeah,
that's all
Hey,
good.
we have been offered pronunciation guides, so if there are any,
I should
probably get us some.
It's all
Anyway,
good.
Guatror,
Actually said that he was a distant relative, so maybe he was my second cousin or something.
absolutely, yeah. All of these sort of people that you're attached to is someone that you know. Yes.
I gotta find him and follow up.
He is off to one of the trade centers. You dart through in between and can get to him quickly. You'll be able to sort out details with the sword. Mundi and Berna. Plans.
Am I one of these judges?
So
Am I actually going to be speaking in it? Because given I've been sort of sent elsewhere, I imagine probably no.
Well, this is where the nature of the National Assembly stuff hits a bit of TTRPG fiction a little bit. There are some pretty strict rules about how all of this went down. What it is functionally you are joining a crowd of people who and you will have the option to sway sort of individual cases, but you are kind of appealing to a group. So yes, you are a judge in that. Yeah, you can come in and you can speak to it, and the practicalities is that your Gothi has said, we need to get some allies here. We need to present well. The cases that all of us are looking into need to go well. So those are the angles.
Okay. I probably would just ask Mundi where and what would be most helpful. I'm concerned about Ari reacting poorly. So if there's any leads on that case that I can look into, then probably fine. Otherwise, I have been away for a while, and I wouldn't mind a little bit of a sit down somewhere a bit more comfortable. I might go and chat with Oscar and see how he's going. If there's nothing pressing.
There is nothing pressing, my friend. Go enjoy enjoy civilization for a little while. I think I have things well underhand here. Find me later if you wish for a story.
Ooh, NPC dialogue.
Very good.
I think I head off towards Oscar, and I think already I came in so hot, and I was like, oh, thank God, people. I haven't switched it, and already it's beginning to be like, okay, a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
By this evening, I'm gonna want to be going back to the woods.
Perfect.
So I'll head towards Oscar though, and just
Brilliant.
yarn.
So that just leaves Mundi.
Schmoozing, getting the lay, working out what's happening with this next case.
Yeah, next
generally
case.
just like doing the charm, the charisma, the like, hey, how you doing? Great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. How's your Gothi? Mine's well. Tell me about what you know about this case. Isn't it fascinating? We're here together. Probably doing a little bit of schmoozing with the other like assembly members as
Yeah,
well to
great.
like kind of get them to lean on the like, how great were we
Yeah,
in that
good.
last case? You should listen to me and my gang.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. This is so that perfectly lands. All right, so roll.
It's like there's just this little. I don't know if I'm little. Actually, I am. My size is 8. But just this little fat guy wandering around being like, "Hey, how you
I
doing?"
did
And
really
everyone
well.
is just
Seems
like
nice.
swooning.
That's so great.
Oh, I just realized I'm kind of like Jack Black.
Works.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, little, just this like little
dude.
charismatic
Yeah.
guy
Hard
who's
guy,
not
yeah.
like tradition, like not your traditional
Making
like
it work for you.
making it work. Yeah, that's me. And Mundi is Jack Black, or if
Brilliant.
Mundi was going to be played by someone in the movie adaptation of this story, it would be by
made
Jack
up,
Black.
Yep.
So
How
I'm
silly.
gonna. We'll get you to roll first, then, and then. So can I just get from you? This is very much an intrigue, but you did so well. Take a plus 15 to this.
You? Do I have intrigue? Oh God, I hope I have intrigue.
If I remember correctly, it's not spectacularly high, but you do have.
No,
some.
it is not spectacularly high, but that's okay.
You have a good communication skill.
I do. My communication is 10 by base. Now I'm just trying to find where it is. Intrigue. Okay. No, don't edit the modifier. Just click the button. I want to add a cheeky little 15%.
Yep.
And then we're gonna roll. Well, thanks. I like the dice just hit each other and then just stopped. These have
Wang.
physics. It's great. Success.
Okay, fantastic.
24
yeah.
versus 45.
All right, so going in and trying to get a bit of information. First of all, yeah, people are impressed about the resolution. There is a little bit of like, well, we'll see how it goes, because if Vestine wins this, it's kind of a bad resolution, basically. Like you know, there's they assuming that everything goes well and this Njal champion fellow is all that he's made out to be, should be great. And in terms of what the second whole thing is about, so. A brilliant case in terms of like, oh, it's just gonna be a bit tough to rule. There are 2, so it's a divorce proceedings, and all of the sort of details of like who takes what needs to go through. It is between Alfdis Isvardotir, so that's Alfdis Alfdis, and Steingestur. I won't spell that one because it's long. They have, it's not working out. They are not acrimonious, really, but they are both like they're ending this marriage. It isn't working out between the families or them. And while there's no hard-boiled hatred, there is a complete and pretty difficult to resolve disagreement between who takes what. The problem here isn't so much that it's going to be difficult to decide or difficult to prove. It's just going to be that someone's kind of going to have to end up a lot worse off. And it's going to be picking sides based on that. What you manage to find as well is that both sides have some connections to the case involving Ari. Steingestur, the husband, is a distant relative of Ari, but not necessarily that they're allies, more that he has pull on Ari's family, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whereas Alfdis is a pretty like a pretty close family member of the plaintiff against Ari, and if she gets ruled against, that's going to weaken the position of the people who are trying to sort of reach up against Ari. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Any other details you want from that I can clarify?
I mean, just like what's the actual case against Ari? Just
the actual
so that
case against Ari specifically, it is being raised by a fellow called Octkel. It's not being raised by Octel. The case is that he murdered a man named Octel.
Right.
Also, 2 of Octel's thralls who were with him on his farm. To
And
get
like
yeah.
again, not in a like duel or anything, just like another secret murder or like a less secret murder.
The secret murder thing would have been if it was like they tried to cover it up. They were in disputes about who had access to a highland pasture, and they
Okay.
basically came to blows over it, and there was a bulk of killing. The
Is Ari
problem,
denying it or just?
they're not so they're denying that it constituted murder. They're not denying that they killed the people. They're saying that we
Yeah.
got into a fight because neither of us could come to an agreement about this. We
These
didn't.
things
This isn't a
happen,
secret
yeah.
murder situation, but also Ari has basically he's got a bunch of really tough guys with him, and that means that he can kind of just ignore the law. So it seems like he's been acting about like this a bit, playing a bit fast and loose, and no one's raising cases against him, because to do that would like kind of incur the wrath of him and his band of men. Like, how are you going to get wereguild from a guy who is surrounded by warriors? So it took quite a bit to try and like get something together, and this really represents everyone in the area pinning their hopes on someone that can,
We have a, what do they call it?
class action.
Yeah, it's a class action.
Somewhat, yes. It
Basically.
is, yeah.
So like Ari has pissed off a lot of people in the area. So like is there a balancer here for us, if I'm reading this correctly, that like Ari is a guy kind of like the previous one. Ari is a guy with a lot of strong warriors. Good to have someone be friends with someone with a lot of strong warriors. Has also pissed off a lot of people who maybe aren't as strong warriors but do have a lot of clout, and like maybe we don't. Like the choice is sort of like, who do we want on side?
It is less that any individual within the coalition of people raising this charge is like particularly, like they don't have a large political sway, but there are a lot of them. So it's essentially sort of everyone in the region that isn't that guy against
Ari
that
versus
guy.
everyone.
But he's pretty stacked. He's very wealthy, and
It's the United States versus the United States.
It's everyone. It's So obvious, like with Ari as well, if he's planning to make a run for it, that's going to look pretty bad for him.
Yeah, there's a few.
But he's probably gonna make a run for it after, because he's expecting to win. I imagine he's just got contingencies. Is the way I'm seeing it.
Well, that is what
he's gonna win, or he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like there's no lose for him.
One of the other things is that, and you'd be aware of this sort of in the back of your minds, but it is one of the more complicated plays. In fact, Bernard, you might not be, considering your social calendar is already like draining you. But with the others and their expertise in law, because I think they will have points in law, if you really loudly prepare a bunch of contingencies, that is in itself a threat that says you need to rule in my favor.
I was thinking that, because it looks like it's showing that you don't think you've actually got the right case. You think that you may have like being correct.
Thinking you may need to run.
Yeah.
But it is someone saying you have like rule in my favor or else. And
exactly,
I think
or else
I don't, just as a little side, I think that whole thing just raises Mundi's hackles just a tiny bit, because again, little fat guy, probably got punched a bunch, maybe sometimes deserved it, probably a lot of times didn't. Doesn't really like a playground bully. We have laws for a reason. Don't come in here and push your weight around and act like they don't apply to you.
We're building a damn society here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of, I'm sorry.
But we'll see how the actual like case plays out. But that's definitely the whole thing has got Mundi going. Don't like it. Don't like this guy.
No.
Not a fan.
And speaking,
so I'm finding out when
plans.
he's leaving.
Yeah, so Theomur, you head over towards the boats, and you are immediately recognized by Hjotur. You've presented yourself as this very wise mentor to him, so when he sees you, he's like, his eyes light up, takes a very respectful position. You're a rune speaker after all, and it comes close. Doesn't quite bow, but gives that like real, I'm listening. You know, everything that you say is important. This is my one-on-one with my mentor, and I'm going to really use the time effectively. I thank you for coming to speak with me, rune speaker. I would I would offer to share a moment of worship or prayer, but I'm in the midst of much activity. I spoke to you of all my plans.
Yeah, how are those going? Do you have a cast-off time, a location? The gods have seen fit to inform me that you may, in fact, have a bit more of a robust crew than last time we spoke.
Ha ha ha.
Well, yes, exactly that. One of the large problems is that with the limited access I have, I've been having to try and make decisions between skilled sailors or skilled warriors, and it seems that perhaps I won't have to trust my fate entirely to the gods. I've been offered an opportunity to trade work for staff instead, and now I have a band of warriors who will be willing to accompany me.
Lucky you. Destination and timing?
I've decided, and setting off not long after the AlÞing, I think. There's some procedures to go to beforehand, though. I want to do a test voyage with the crew. They need transport to the AlÞing, actually. So I'm going to go and collect them from further across the mainland and bring them here. I'm preparing to set off for that now, actually.
Oh, and when will you be back?
It should be just around noon tomorrow if I can make it all work out. They're not too far away. So the idea here being, he's going to pick up more troops. Is effectively
Yeah, he's going to go pick up Ari's people.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
not the same ones that are at the Rock. More
No,
troops.
more
would be,
troops.
Yeah. Which is
Okay.
swinging things
troops does one guy
much more
need?
largely in favor.
Because I already saw like a dozen or so,
Yeah.
right? Like,
That's pretty bad.
Ari's got about a dozen troops, which is at the point of now he is a significant like that's a big deal.
yeah.
If
pretty
he gets
bad.
more troops, it becomes a point where he's the boss of the AlÞing. While he's
Yeah,
soldiers.
yeah.
It's
Which,
also a massive.
who's
rigid
going to say
core
no?
and-
Let's not. You do know that the individuals involved in this mission of yours are accused of something fairly serious at this whole
Well,
thing. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I know that they're involved in proceedings, but from what I understand, it's all it's all trumped up, and
Oh, so
Ari-
he's stupid, right? Okay. Okay.
Poor guy.
do
Poor
you
guy.
say that to him, or are you just muttering?
No, that's the thought
That's
of.
the thought. He says quick, and Ari explained. I was perhaps concerned, but when you're talking about a raid, you want people who have been accused of that. These are the kind of people you bring to a raid, right?
To a raid, yeah. How will it look, I wonder, though, to be bringing in a lot of troops aligned with one individual who is in fact accused of well, today, murder.
Well, he reassured me I don't have to bring them all the way to the AlThing, just close enough. For them.
Why?
Oh well, because he doesn't want to. He's assured me he won't be breaching decorum and bringing in any of the actual armed soldiers. Which
It's
is,
interesting that
if
you've
he
chosen
drops
to
them off
believe him
close
on
enough
that.
that they can get in, it's a pretty transparent thing. This guy's very incentivized to try and not see what he's doing.
Yeah.
You will probably need to jab him in some way to get him to pay attention.
Yeah, I can hit that charm check, I guess.
Yeah. So I think that the typical of this would be alright to sort of like pull him around to your way of thinking, right? Like just explain this is not going to be good for you. Otherwise, but a charm is he already likes you effectively.
He
You're already on the
does.
right footing. So, given that this is your contact, you can take.
I
plus
just
15
wonder.
to
I
the-
just wonder whether or not he's maybe undermining himself a little bit here by just. Ari says jump and he says how high.
You could do an intrigue if you wanted to basically spin this as like no, you can't. If you
I think an intrigue is more up my alley here.
Yeah, if you take this angle, you're going to lose control of everything.
Yeah,
but
you
the
aren't
loose
really just
angle
like.
is-
I will let it. I think I might let him know that that Ari does have other troops hidden off in the other troops nearby that he can bring into the. There is no reason to bring extra troops in for him. You were leading this voyage, are you not?
All right, fantastic. I love it. Make an intrigue.
Where'd you go? Oh, I had it. Up, up, up. What's it under? Communication, yeah? Up, up, up. There it is. Scroll.
Okay,
yeah,
again,
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
damn good roll.
Pretty damn good.
Not a special. You see, he starts to protest a few times. It's a lot of like, what am I to do otherwise? This is the only way. Like, if I say no to these troops, there's no voyage at all.
Well, that's not necessarily true, is it? You know other people. And if Ari seemed like he wanted this voyage quite a bit, didn't he?
I guess, yeah, he was
Why
enthused.
why does bringing his troops over impact the voyage at all? There's no need for it. It's just you doing extra work for him for no reason. You're turning it into his voyage, not yours.
He sort of chooses.
Are you going on this voyage with Ari, or in which case, if there's no voyage at all, it didn't matter. It wasn't your voyage in the first place anyway. It's his.
Suppose that if his intentions are really true and pure, he'll have no objection to a slight delay. I don't need to rush, and I can think things over.
Exactly. You can spend time outfitting the boat here rather than rushing off. And
so basically, with this, you're successfully able to sabotage his attempt to bring in like new troops.
Additional troops.
Now, they could still find another way to get those troops in. They could start traveling through. If you wanted to go full like schemer, you could try and convince him to go further and like get the troops and sail them in the wrong direction or something like that. But you at this stage you've already hit a point where you're you've blocked that angle.
Yeah. I also want to know what the hidden folk have to do with this.
I don't. So he hasn't. He
won't know.
Yeah, he won't know. He won't have any attachment to the hidden folk.
That's the other thing in my head to do with this one is I want to know what that conversation was about.
You'd have to track down the person. You don't quite have enough time right now. But finishing off that conversation, we'll jump across quickly
do it this evening.
Jarl before jumping across.
Would it be reasonable to track down the hidden folk themselves? Like
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Themir seems kind of wizardy, right? That seems like
that
the right
is,
person.
that is the
spotted them
intent.
before. You've actually you know who you're
Actually,
looking for.
I saw where they were. Yeah, I saw where they didn't find them. That narrows it down.
Yeah.
Well, there is one who I did see,
you just saw where
and
they were,
who I have had a mutual acknowledgement with.
You got some heavy eye
was
contact.
speaking with Ari,
Exactly.
I would like to go find that person again.
Brilliant. So you'll have a chance to do that in a second. In the meantime, Njal, you head to find Guatur, who once you explain to him the situation, you found something worthy. He seems really thrilled. He takes you into sort of the back of his tent where he's collect up a few crates. He's selling supplies and talking. You do see that one of the reasons that he's struggling with this a bit is that his business is not spectacularly liquid at the minute. But he spent too much time making this one damn sword, and when he pulls it out from a carefully stored place wrapped in sort of oilskin so it doesn't get damaged in any way, it is beautiful. I'll get you to describe it. What's the go? What is this blade? The history of it, that it was promised to a Viking warrior, a woman who died. The rest, exactly the shape of that beyond that.
I think maybe it's a different color. Maybe it's like black, a black sword, because
Sick.
playing Pendragon, and I assume like having a black sword would probably be like this super evil thing. But for the Vikings, now that we're not good Christian knights, black sword must be badass. Like it's mixed with obsidian. Like it's got an obsidian kind of volcanic.
Well, I don't know if this was
Hell
the
yeah.
way, but the sword was promised to Sturia the Black.
That's
so it would be
what I'm thinking of. Yeah. That's
extremely
totally
apt. So this, so obsidian black glass blade, of course, with an actual, cutting edge and all of it. It's extremely, beautifully done. There's some runes carved into it.
Shiny.
What are your do you want to pick one of the gods you worship, and we'll say there's like runes in honor of them inlaid along?
Of course. Who have I got again? I have Freya, Njota, and Heimdalla. I don't remember who they are, but I've got the highest in Freya, so let's go Freya.
So Freya is the
Freyr,
yeah,
not Freyr.
not Freya. The so there's two of them, both sort of representing the different aspects of kind of like harvest, fertility, farm aspects, but you know the hearth and protectiveness.
That makes sense because the volcanic soil is also like very nutritious and good for
Yes.
harvest. So it's volcanic soil that's this volcanic soil, volcanic sand that makes the obsidian glass.
I love it. Really, really good. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so if you can take it here then. You know, it is this is for the assembly, of course. So the blade must be presented to you for this purpose. Now
I like the color.
it suits you. I think he steps back and kind of looks, nods a few times. It's he lays it on pretty thick. Now, of course, if you were to give up the jewel, if you were to lose the jewel, you'd lose the sword, and that would be, well, it would be terrible for my business. They'd come after me for it. They'd come after you for it.
No plans to lose the jewel, boss.
All right. That means you can't give up either, right?
No plans to give up, boss.
Okay, fantastic. He smiles, kind of claps your shoulder a little bit. You feel him maybe squeeze your arm, being like, "How much am I? You know, what's the?
I got some meat on this sucker.
Yeah. What's your strength and size? Remind us.
I'll be if he's this boy.
Strength 14, size 18.
Yeah,
Baby boy.
This is a big boy.
Average of double 16s. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Smile.
Look satisfied.
Yeah. Right one. He kind of, you don't spot as you leave, turning around pretty happy with this new thing sort of held in your hands, as he like puts his hands on a table and goes like, I hope I've made the right call. But a distant cousin, happy to give you this trust as you come back with the blade.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. And last but not least is going to be Berna. You head, and you actually take a little bit of time to recharge. There was quite a bit of celebration on the first night, but there was a really big religious ceremony in the morning where all of the members, of the AlÞing have to come and listen to the law speaker recite all of the laws. So that it reminds everybody of what they have to do. And since there's not really like mass literacy, it's literally, okay, everyone ready? I'm going to recite all of our laws in detail again.
That's
for that reason.
Hilarious. That's actually a great rule too, because it really tightens down how many laws there can be. If there's one we're not using, we all get it. Let's not focus on that one. Who cares? We'll be fine. Keeps it tight.
That you're exactly right. So, but because people had to be paying attention to that, no one got really munted because they would need to. So they're now making up for that this evening. The celebrations are already starting. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's having a few. The only person who isn't, when you get to the axe throwing area, is Oscar, this sort of squat man with hair that has started to go whiter and whiter. He has set up a target at like what you would have been hitting for like children's range.
When I was 4,
yeah, he's picked
I have
up
one
an
for my
axe.
daughter just at this range. She's 1.
Yeah, exactly. He throws, draws back an axe and he throws. Alex, do you want to roll a D100 for me?
Sure.
He takes out
Here
Ari
it
the Black with a
comes. Going pretty
spectacular
good.
success.
Let's see.
Hey, he's 2 over. He
He's
did so
2
well.
over, and he misses from like a range, like the most basic range possible, and just deflates. But you see this, energy within him. He's a moment, he's like, but then the passion gets back. He's got that in spades, and he walks over and he picks up his axes, ready to try again, and he spots you, waves and heads over, and say, "Yeah, good to see you again, Bernard. You got to show me. Hit that target with your bow."
Oh, it's pretty far away. Looks pretty tough.
You don't even need to roll at this point. It's a yeah.
Yeah.
Easy
peasy.
You make him feel good about it, but he's friendly enough. He's happy to see you. He just starts talking. You can actually use this time to recharge a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty steady stream of combatants who are willing to compete against him. It's just that he has a very low chance of winning.
Yeah. I'll do what I can to point him in the right direction. If axe throwing's basically the same as archery, one imagines.
Yeah. If only there was a skill associated with this that we could lean on. What's your thrown axes skill? In missile?
Not great, I suspect. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. I think base. So, sorry, just checking. I don't have one listed to my missile weapons. It would be a missile weapon,
Yes,
Jim, or
it is under
it's
missile weapons, so you will add your missile weapons bonus. So it will come up from base.
Okay, well, I have +5, so whatever the base is, +5 to that.
The base is actually, we said he was 2 over. No, it's actually worse than that. The base is 10. So
he's got a
+5.
couple points. I think of it 20. So in that case, I have 15. So I'm worse than him at it, which is nice.
Yeah, it's not oh wait, sorry, no, worse than him. He has base value, so he.
I thought you were just keeping him at 20 and just
No. He has base value in this. He has 10, so you are slightly better than him at this. You have some points in it. You can basically just help him out and sort of like stand by him and practice for a bit. But it's not a high chance. Then again, that is him winning legitimately. Your other option would be to try and find someone to, I don't know, throw the fight or get them drunk or something like
Jamie,
that.
throwing's the point.
Very good.
I look around, get a big reception for that.
No, you wish you were back in the woods. The birds.
Yeah, I wish I was back in the woods. It sucks. No, I think I'll just honestly just hang out a bit. I don't think I'm a particularly good trainer. I think I've already run out of conversation by the time we get here, so I think I just gotta slump down and just like look around. I wish I was home.
Yeah.
I miss my sheep.
You know what? Literally just hanging around with the guy is kind of enough to put him at ease.
I think I'm keeping an eye in the direction of where Ari went nominally, but I'm mostly just recharging.
Sure.
And I guess getting a sense of things and seeing what's happening as they move towards this second trial.
You will know, in which case, we'll draw everyone together again in a second. The only thing that you will note is that the chattier of the two retainers that was with Ari appears to have stayed behind. Probably just to keep somebody in the Alþing, so that there is like a note. And he is, not partaking in any of the celebration and just really visibly wishes he could. All right. Jumping away then. Before long, everyone is able to reconvene, reassemble. Thimur, I know that you want to go off and try and find this hidden person almost immediately. But as the sort of afternoon is beginning to slip,
I'd also like to do that. If a plan is put together, I want to be on team hidden person.
Team hidden. Well, the team hidden person, team divorce, the best team, or team going off to the island for this duel. You're kind of getting split here a bit.
Yeah.
After.
Oh. What do we have? The thing with Ari happens tomorrow, so is the divorce trial happening during the night, or are we doing that in the afternoon, and then we have like
it's
the
like
evening?
late afternoon now. It's going to start now, so everyone's going to go and try and resolve that this evening.
Okay, so it's this evening.
Yeah.
So it's going to go into the evening, so we won't have time in the evening to do things.
Some people really want to try and get it up before dinner.
Because this is the night that we can party.
Exactly.
There's no laws tomorrow morning.
You can.
I mean, I don't know. There's an argument for like maybe us not being involved in this specific decision because it is going to be hard, and no matter how it kind of pans out, we don't necessarily. It doesn't really put us in good stead.
They do have a relationship with Ari, is the only thing.
I'm kind of default against Ari is kind of where I'm arbitrarily landing. So.
I would like to. The only involvement I would potentially like to have is if there is a way that the results of this proceeding can.
So that was the thing. It was
disadvantage.
Well, again, both of them. So it was a little bit more complicated than that because the person who is related to Ari is not necessarily friends with him. So if this guy wins, it's not going to help Ari. But if you make friends with that guy, he could potentially agree to, like, weaken Ari.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other side is not going to weaken Ari, but it's going to weaken the resistance against Ari, if that makes sense, because this person is connected to the smaller family who is leading the court case.
Yeah, so like if we side with the wife, then if we don't side with the wife, then the plaintiff's case is worse. If we don't side with the husband, then we don't have a chance to weaken Ari's case. So
yes,
like
you lose the opportunity to try and maneuver in that way.
we essentially need to pick the lesser of two evils.
Basically.
And again, the other side is this: if you, your Bjorg explained to you that sometimes it's better to just come down hard on one side almost arbitrarily, so you make friends. It can be better to make friends than like make kind
And
of
have everybody offside.
have everyone
Yeah.
enemies. If you don't influence the way one way or the other, the worst option is that no one's happy, and that the once both you there is a weaker side, and the Ari is not in a position where it can be messed with.
Are any of us particularly good at reading a crowd? Because I don't know what would that skill be?
You did that intrigue to get a vague sense of the dynamic. And unfortunately, earlier it really seems split. Like this is just an unpleasant.
So it's not even like
just
the
kinda
crowd is
sad.
on one side or the other.
Like
Because here's the thing: if I'm not gonna make friends with one of the people involved, I at least don't want the rest of the people here to come down hard on like whatever we decide.
the only thing that you can get, you're quite close to the event, and the words are going through. You did that intrigue earlier. The wife's family, who are connected to the plaintiffs against Ari, are loosely connected to a trader from the east, who has quite a bit of money to throw around. But Ari's one of the reasons Ari has so many soldiers is because he is connected to a truly powerful war. Well, so it just reinforces kind of like money and people versus military strength and everyone is trying to like pick where they want to be. Some people would rather sort of support all of this because there's going to be financial benefit for them, but other people like, actually I'd really like to have either A, not thugs come after me, or B, some thugs I can send after people. So they will arbitrarily go for the other side.
Here's the thing.
I am inclined to side with the wife on this one. Even though the husband's the one who gets us access to Ari, the idea of having connections with traders and with larger family groups, because I've got my mentee who is going to be trying to do this raid regardless, I think having connections with a broader group of people can hopefully fill some gaps there, and maybe he doesn't need to rely on Ari as much and therefore is not as inclined to be bringing all of his thugs over.
Here's the thing.
And just,
siding with a bunch of mercenaries or warriors sets us up well for at least this generation while all of those people remain warriors. Setting yourself up with people with money, you can just buy warriors.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for like, it is short term, long term. And Mundi deals in sagas, that's all long term shit. That's all, you set something up now so that your children's children benefit later. I think it's just going to come down.
Because there's one third piece to all this, which runs some pretty heavy risks, right? The other way would be try and find a system in which everybody is happy, either by untangling a legal mess, or I don't know. Maybe you could figure out a way to set up the people involved with alternatives, soften the blow. Hey, you'd have to take a worse deal, husband. But you know what? I know an amazing person, my friend here. I throw out some angles,
No, there's no angles here. They're in England.
Very good.
But yes, no. Yes. Is money quite like well off?
Yeah, well, so she's a widow, but the main problem with her is that she is very fierce. She is like an independent woman with children. She doesn't want to get into a marriage where she's going to like she is sort of the head of a household and is not looking for that to change.
Did I get
Sister Black?
I was gonna say, what's Steingeist like? Is he like?
Yeah, set them up with each other.
Well,
that was
marriage.
There's a try. You haven't spoken to him yet, but you could go and figure it out.
Very good.
Yeah.
That is what I should. I mean, sorry. In case I'm team divorce.
You're team divorce. Okay. Perfect.
Hands down. I'm not useful anywhere else. I'm not a fighter. I'm not terribly unsneaky. but someone needs to be here to represent the guilty. And if everyone else wants to go off and do other things, by all means, please go off and do other things. Mundi will just stew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. We have Team Divorce. We have Team Duel, Nyal, that inherently, unless you would like to back out and lose everything. Where would everyone else like to be placed?
Back into the woods.
Well, you can get out to
Quickly.
an island. That's kind of similar. Additionally, there are some rules about handing shields and having support on the island. You are allowed to bring someone with you, but they are under strict rules, more like a squire. But yeah, then there's also this hidden person you could follow up with. You could also go and try and track Ari. You've got a few options.
I think going to find the hidden person with
Yeah.
Alex
But
makes
I
the
won't be
most-
going in the woods for that
Yeah.
because she's here.
Oh, is it nuts?
Yeah, she is here.
They're inside trading. The thing that gives them away is that they have no bridge to their nose. And there was one other detail. I think it was the fold of the eye or something like that. No, sorry, it was
wow.
instead of a dip over their lip.
They have an
A
out
ridge.
instead of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Thimur has spotted one of them who is selling basically charms and trinkets.
Okay,
Yeah.
that does sound a little.
Selling like they were giving away, weren't they? They were just handing
Yes, sorry, yes, you were right. They were
Yeah.
not. Well, they didn't take money for them.
Let's just say you don't pay with currency. Whatever.
You're paying with something else.
On that
And
case,
I also probably
I'll go
would have
with Neil.
told. Yeah, I would have come back in and told Mundi about what I'd found out about Ari's extra troops as well.
Good to know. I think.
I am making sure all my information is also out there.
Do we know? Have you told us about the hidden
Yes.
people? Okay. Filed away for some after trial
Noted.
shenanigans. If I can spread some. I mean, I guess a rumor can be true about some underhanded dealings by one of the parties. Maybe I can really start to turn the crowd against this Ari fellow. But that's for after. That's for later.
That's for tomorrow.
Brilliant. Okay. So
Not very intrigued. I can tell stories though.
So we'll start with Thimur. Quickly, as you separate for with the evening coming in, you do a sweep through the AlThing. You have this attachment to what's happening now. You close your eyes. You don't even need to go under the cloak. You have this buzz in the back of your head, and you're able to locate the person that you're looking for before long. You can see that they are still moving about. They seem quite social. Most people aren't picking that they are a hidden person. It's a woman as you get closer to, and she is she's currently chatting to a guy who is speaking the most terrible accented words that you have ever heard. You would immediately be able to pick he's foreign. You're a worldly person, I think, so you could probably guess he's Irish, but you're not sure of the detail. And the two of them are engaged in sort of pretty happy conversation. She's holding out a brooch towards him, which he's talking about, gesturing to. You just make your way over, or do you wait for him to be done?
I'll make my way over, but I'll make my way close enough to hear, I suppose, but I'm not going to interrupt.
You get close enough to hear, and they're not hiding stuff. The guy, a man named Callum, from what you can gather briefly, is some kind of holy man from Ireland, and he is refusing the charm, politely but firmly. And the hidden person, whose name you catch is Saedis, Saedis, is politely pushing him, kneeling him. In a good-natured, it's not proving hostile, but she's enjoying making him a little bit uncomfortable about having to say no, and he's kind of not getting too uncomfortable about that.
It's all in good fun.
Yeah, they seem to spar a little. What do you think you would know about the religion of other parts of the world?
Oh, sweet fuck all. Absolutely nothing.
It
No,
doesn't
don't
interest
care.
you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Do they do rune magic? No? Okay. Don't
Yeah.
care.
So basically,
Heathens.
holy man from Ireland, as if such a thing exists. This person has no, relevance to you.
Not really, no.
In which case, before long, he's as he steps away and Sadia finishes, she has noticed you, and she will head across. She puts the brooch that she was trying to give to the holy man back into her bag. She fishes around in it as she approaches you, eventually pulling out this coiled bracelet. It's all made from like furs and hairs and bits of bone, but very ornately put together. Very nice. It's not cheap jewelry. Mundi would hate it. And approaching.
It's
places
creepy
it
man
into-
jewelry.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know that Mundi doesn't like expensive jewelry and just can't afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mundi might just
Flashy.
like jewelry. It's just, bards, they get paid.
Quantity over quality. Yeah. Steps forward and holds out, her palm, and she says, "I'm giving gifts from the gods. Would you like to take one?"
Of course.
You take the bracelet.
No hesitation, absolutely.
No, you take
Huge
the bracelet,
fan.
slip it on, and yeah, she doesn't, make any sort of allusions to any gifts or details about it. She just seems pretty happy. She smiles and says, it can protect you at times. What are you hoping it will protect you from?
Today, bad decisions.
It's hard to protect oneself from that. I have seen you a few times. We've noticed each other.
We have.
You have been nice.
When you were speaking with Ari.
That's right. He has been seeking me out for some time. Him and his men roaming the grounds. I wasn't interested in speaking to them, but they're very insistent, and they tracked me down eventually.
They are insistent, aren't they? I will confess to you that I think I'm feeling a little bit over the way that Ari is throwing his might around all of these common people. This wonderful society we've got here. I find myself a little bit out of patience with his style.
She kind of nods. I'll get you.
I've got no social skills.
No. I think, but yeah. Before anything, I think probably. Can I get you to make an insight?
15, I can give it a red hot go.
You
Yeah,
can ask.
I think.
Where's
yeah.
that one? That one sits under perception, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scroll. We can certainly give it a go.
Hey, you've been rolling pretty well thus far.
Oh, come on. Stop skipping around. Insight. Hey? That's not gonna
Yep.
do it at all?
She has this sort of like impassiveness where she seems to be glancing away at various points, looking into things that even with your sort of natural ability to spot the unseen, you're not sure. A little bit like almost cat-like, aware of something that you are not. Eventually, though, as you finish your point, she says, I care little for his movements, his activities. They do not affect me.
Good. I'm glad that they don't affect you because it seems like they're affecting everybody here and not for the better. So it is nice and refreshing to hear that there is somebody outside of his influence. I do hope you can stay that way because it doesn't seem to be bringing anybody any joy.
I'm definitely going to need to get a communication role of some kind.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. So you could go for a charm, which is just you trying to. You've kind of been eyeing this person for a bit, trying to sort of like put yourself out as friendly. Hey, can we have a chat about this? You could go for an intimidate in that, like,
No.
hey, this person
Could
is
I
going
could
to.
I go for an intrigue? I am basically just trying to badmouth Ari with people who I think might be able to.
Or what about
I am
customs? Like
kind of-
it's explaining how
Mhm.
this is counter to the way things should be going. Like just stating in just a legal, like he's going about this wrong, he's tipping
I
the
don't have.
scales, this isn't
I've
how it should
got
go.
speak own language and I've got intrigue and I've got
I'm happy with
We heck
intrigue.
all
Customs
else.
is fine too. I think intrigue of trying to sort of like set this up as something more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Make
trying
it
to
intrigue.
maneuver this. Where'd you go? There you are.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
got it. We got it. We got
Okay,
it.
not a special.
No, but it's fine. It's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I would just like to spread enough intrigue to hopefully make her think about the impact that this person is
Playing
having.
in.
I agree that his impact is frustrating. But you must understand that I don't want to by involving myself, I would fall afoul of him, and I'm frankly not interested in these affairs. I have other matters I am attending to. I am here with a purpose of giving gifts. I am trying to help in my own small, asking nothing in return. There will be a storm tomorrow. Rain, lightning. That was an agreement that he and I came to.
I see.
Is there any more that you need to know? For I've helped them in no other way. Basically, you get the feeling she wants to be out of this and has sort of like.
I would not ask you to go back on your agreements. Tomorrow around midday, potentially.
We'll be throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's really good to know.
It's an agreement. What did he offer? What was the?
What's he asking for? What are you getting in return for this?
Ignorance on his part. Forgetfulness.
Ooh,
Right.
scandal.
Righto.
So basically, leave me alone, and I'll give you this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Stop bothering me.
We can
Yeah.
leave you alone too. Give us
Well,
stuff.
but that would require you possibly, she
I
got
want a
really
black
annoyed
sword.
at him for like staying in close.
Just leave me. Yeah. All right. You get a storm. Get hacked. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Pestering the
Go away,
local
yeah.
mythological
Okay.
creatures.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting.
So the angle here would be. You don't know whether you can sort of if you can angle some kind of discussion here about go if you don't want to try and get her to change her word. You've got the sort of first level, which is you have some insight into the agreement that they've made. You know the scope of it, and you know that you know why it was happening. Roughly, you're starting to put together a couple of pieces.
Yeah. I wonder if we can maybe get the order of affairs changed so that he has to deal with his shit tonight.
As in, if you really speed stuff up.
Yeah.
It's
Or
possible.
if we can, or if with the divorce proceeding, if we are looking at a solution that potentially does make everybody happy, where there is another, where another marriage is involved, we just need a little bit more time to kind of figure that one out. So rather than dealing with the divorce this evening, we switch the two around and we deal with Ari this evening.
There's a chance for it. Well, and so let's,
because we've got a reason, right? Like this divorce case, we've got a potentially better solution. So let's just.
In
switch
which
the
case,
order.
let's set the terms a little bit for things. So you will be rushing towards Mundi.
Mhm.
Mundi, you approach the proceedings. You see people beginning to make arguments there. Again, this is a fairly porous situation, so people come and go. There will be a point where Marnie comes to listen to what's being said. And you'll be able to, have a quiet word with her. You do get a sense of just like hearing and taking a look at these folks. I think probably if you're trying to get a sense of this guy and see if he's suitable, insight is probably the clearest here. I mean, that's reading character. So insight would potentially work otherwise, unless you have a different argument, Mundi. Or
sorry, I was just trying to. All of my windows have rearranged themselves, and it really is putting me off. And
it happens.
How to fix it?
Happens.
let me see. Do I have anything even vaguely resembling insight? Oh, yeah, under perception, wasn't it?
It's good. That's going to be as well, like what sense you get of him at this point. Like you'll hear him talk and get like a surface read, but whether he has suitability or anything.
Yeah, I don't have. Honestly, I have listen and spot hidden.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this is you're not looking for hidden stuff about this guy. You're trying to get a read in his character. It really just is an insight roll. So I'll ask you to make one and bet I think that
you could bring a god in.
Yeah.
Tag in.
Or a passion here if you are helping out your friend is really critical to you.
My passion, I don't think I actually have a passion that I have honor, love for my family, and loyalty to my goatee.
The whole point of these roles, I will say at the start, where I said, "What entanglements do you have?" A big part of this is blood and where your family is.
Okay.
Is in some capacity you have a familial attachment to them.
Like
these
or
the
something.
draws.
Let's try a little sneaky love family roll.
If you succeed,
then
it's 20%. See the roll. Okay, so you can
my love for my family is pretty high, so cool. So 20%. That's still not going to be a lot, but it gives me maybe a chance. Where are we? We literally just had the damn thing. Insight. Okay, so I have, and I'm adding what to it? Sorry.
Plus 20% for your for having
beautiful. Okay. Oh,
okay, just
well
made
done.
it.
And it was because of family.
It was.
Hooray!
Hey, it's like the Fast and the Furious movies. All that family, baby.
Like the Fast and the Furious.
The Fast and the Divorced. So standing in the crowd, you sort of eye this guy for a while and try to get a sense of him. Your surface read would have been basically he seems just a little lazy and a little careless, basically. Just with the intrigue, you go, it's quite possible that Marnie wouldn't mind somebody she can kind of walk all over and be like, get out of the way, so
you go sit down, I'm running the show.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, if Marnie has money and has like a family, what she's looking for like is the respectability of marriage, not a useful husband. She just needs to be married to someone who isn't going to be like violent, isn't going to be vindictive, is like a nice enough person.
Very much that. Yeah. It plugs together. So what this is to say is that with you're like, you start planning out the whole evening, and you're like, with some finagling, with some time, I just would have to speak to everyone involved. You'd have to convince Steingatour that Marnie's a great candidate. You have to convince Marnie that works, but it should do, and then that's just convincing the assembly to rule in one direction. If you can take your time, it'll be easy. And then Thim arrives and says, we have to do it tonight.
More time.
And we will jump across to the last two, Njal and Berna, gathered together. You are placed upon a small boat, which goes upriver. Vestine is on another small boat. And there's also one of the sort of senior arbiters, a law speaker in some capacity, is coming along as well. Vestine was given the option of bringing a second, much as you have, and no one volunteered, so he is coming alone.
No mess.
Poor guy. The boats, drift down river, and you sit there for a while. Eventually, as the river mouth widens and you get closer to the coast, instead of turning and heading down along around the rest of Iceland, you head a little further out to these large sea-sprayed rocks, juttings of like a guano-caked stone. There's usually quite a bit of like rain and sleet and everything around here, but the ocean is unusually still tonight. The stillness that comes before a storm, some would say. You sail to one of the closer rocks, and you know that this one, it's known to people. Duels happen at the Alþing. So
Yep.
this is a very suitable place. As you get there and the boats are sort of like moored against an outcropping of rock, people trudge through the shallows, getting your boots wet. You can see that there's like thick stains on the rock. It's surely your imagination, because as far as you know, there's been no duels held here in this AlÞing. But old blood, would have washed away. It has to have. Same. You're certain. The cloak will be unclasped, laid out. Shields and weapons will be decided on. The two of you have a few moments. What's your angle here? What's happening? What's the plan? Apart from just fight.
I don't think Njaal's much of a planner. I think he's done the planning, and now he cannot plan anymore because he doesn't have infinite room in his head.
Yeah.
He's got to like put the planning aside and trust all the planning is done, like lining up this fight and what it's going to result in. And now it's just feel the weight of the sword in the hand, feel the movement of the air. I imagine there's like a bit of sea breeze that's going to play into the fight. See where the sun is. See where I'm going to step. Have a look at the terrain. Just just full on fight mode.
Yeah. In terms of like the rules, basically, we'll go through those final steps in a minute. If there's any like selection of weapons or extra details, Berno, like getting out the lay of the land. Do you think you've witnessed duels before? Is this your kind of combat or not really?
Yeah, I think it's let's play style. I think I mean the four of us know one another and trust one another. I think with Oscar, I was doing this like, you're okay, you've got this. I feel like I don't need to say it to Nyaal. He's perfectly confident, and I'm just here as witness and someone to sort of see his story and tell it again. So I think rather than like any words of comfort or anything, I think I just seat myself on a rock nearby and also just take in the silence a little bit. I'm here to just here as a friend more than anyone that he actually needs. And if something dodgy happens, like fucking raiders come over the horizon, then I'm ready to square up. But I think I feel full confidence in his ability in this, and I'm not at all concerned. I will probably mutter a small prayer just in my head as I'm going.
You are,
but nothing more.
You are. You would have been asked to be unarmed.
Okay, easy.
Yep. You are given at this point 2 shields, Berna, and which you place down near. Nyaal, you are given a shield and a weapon. If your shield breaks, Berna can provide you with other shields. If the 3 shields total, your one and the 2 others break, you must parry any strikes with your weapon.
I think it's like trainers. I think it's like just completely silently. I'm coming over with the 3 shields. I let him heft each one in turn. He just silently makes his selection. I take the other 2 and go back. I have them ranked. Which one he wants first? Which one he wants second? I love it. We're ready. We got this. Easy peasy. Sort of.
The law speaker steps forward and says, we have not brought sacrifice because we have already engaged in sacrifices to the event of the Alþing. So we will return and feast and celebrate there with the winner. He unclasps a cloak, lays it down. It's 3 meters, which I had a foot measurement. I finally got the meter measurement, which was in the book. I just hadn't read it.
What is it in feet?
32 feet, which I kind of just
okay.
Yeah.
It's 3 square meters.
Gigantic.
No, it's 3 square meters. So
yes, sorry.
The square root of 3 is
I don't know, but it's big.
1.7. Yeah. So you can imagine if it was a square, it'd be 1.7 meters by 1.7 meters.
Oh, okay. Yes,
it's pretty tight. And
it's not huge, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking a 30-foot wide cloak. Gotcha.
You said 1.7 meters per
1.7
side?
by 1.7, yeah.
Because a meter is about from the middle of your chest to like an outstretched arm ish, give or take. So like
most people.
It's so like it's almost a wingspan.
Yeah.
Is essentially what you've got. You've got the ability to like
I think a lot of heights, again, for most people, fall somewhere in the bell curve of around 1.7. So yeah, a person size on each side.
Oh yeah, that's a little bit taller than me.
Yeah. So and
Cool.
basically.
Alex is just staring at us.
The audience doesn't know how tall Alex is.
That's true.
Well,
Well, some
Not that.
folks, some folks have seen us like
in
live.
person, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Anyway.
know that Jackson is secretly 8'6", you know. Niall's closer to that. Anyway, cloak is placed down. The two of you step forward, shields and weapons ready. Vestine, who has kind of just spat insults at you mostly at this point, looks you up and down, looks at your weapon, and says this time, like the only sincere thing you've heard him say, is "That's a nice sword," and there's no hints of insult around.
I take that like person. That's the way to my heart, is to compliment my swords, my weapon.
Thanks, man.
I just soften, like, oh, this guy's not so bad. He's just that works on me.
Oh no! Well,
Instantly.
and just as that happens, you know, you feel the wind pick up a little bit, and you both square into a fighting position. And with the classic cliffhanger moment, you'll lunge forward to initiate combat just as we close the
Heck yeah.
session.
Hell yeah. Let's
Can't
get
wait.
this guy.
Perfect.
Fight, 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 fight.
Fight. All right. Thank you so much,
Hey.
everybody. Thanks.
It's
to-
all love and war when you think about it.
Yep. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Art, thanks Jackson, thanks Alex, thanks Dave.
Thanks,
We'll
Jim.
be
Thanks, Jim.
back next week, all of
Thanks,
us, with a little bit more Age of Vikings.
Can't wait.
Dog.
as
Also, a
we-
little bit more age.
Yes, yeah. About
I
a
guess
week.
so. We'll be a week older.
Yeah.
A week older.
Damn, time sure does go.
And a
I'll-
week
I'll be-
wiser.
I'll have ticked a number. That's funny. There you go.
This is young Jim. Soon it'll be old
exactly.
Jim.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. All the best.
Ciao.